Hey guys, welcome.
Hi.
This is Uli and my name is Robert. And in this video, we're going to talk about
How to overcome fear?
and how to conquer fear. And
Conquer fear.
we are responding to a question from one of you guys. So we appreciate the questions, and here we go.
Okay. Well,
Go
first
ahead.
of all, you have to figure out what the purpose of the fear is, because fear goes very, very deep. It goes back generations and generations back, because a lot of the fears that we carry with us today are not really our fears. Those might be the fears of our ancestors. So we need to first of all figure out, where is this fear coming from? What is the purpose of that fear? What is that fear saying to us, if it could speak? And the way, humans are never going to be completely able to overcome fear completely. There's always going to be some kind of fear. And even if you move to the next level, let's say you get a new job, a higher position, there's always going to be a little bit of fear that you have to face. So my way of facing fear is to go through the worst case scenario of a situation. So you would ask yourself, what is the worst thing that could happen? And what happens if that happens? And what happens when that happens? Until you get down to the bottom of it. Until you get down to until you have nothing else to say anymore. So let's say, I'm scared of being broke. Why? I'm scared of being broke because I might be homeless. So what happens if you're homeless? I'll be on the street, I might be hungry, I might be starving. So you keep going through this scenario until you get to the worst case scenario, and you really, really feel it. You really, really face and feel that fear. And the more often you go through this exercise, you will feel that the old fear is gonna diminish. It's not gonna be as strong anymore. Every time you do it, it's gonna be a little bit less. So that's my way of
That's
overcoming
really cool.
and facing fear.
I like it.
So
Yeah. And of course, people have tens of thousands of fears, and
yeah,
some are easier to find than others. And, you know, start somewhere. Just take the first step. And I love Uli's ways. Like, go into the fear. Like, it's got layers and layers and layers. And then you'll see that some of it kind of has a little bit validity to it, but most of it, if you're like really good at, answering you from the unconscious,
Yeah.
from your intuition and whatnot, and you'll just find some of the answers ridiculous. And the moment you find something like ridiculous, you're gonna have you will have overcome that. So it's really
yes,
really cool.
yes. Like I said, most of the fears are really there from our ancestors. Those are not really even our fears. We don't really have to fear survival anymore, but we do fear survival.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
So, I appreciate that. Now, let me ask you like this as a closing question, Uli. Why is it important, not just helpful, but important for people to overcome and conquer their fears?
Well, you're going to re-manifest the same situation, or it's different, maybe different situations, but you are going to re-manifest situations where you are going to be confronted with that same fear.
Yeah. And what happens? Is it really the same fear always, or is it something different the next time?
There's like thousands of flavors of fear, right? That's why I said it's really, really important to figure out, what is this fear saying? Where is this fear coming from? When did I feel this fear the first time? Or was it not even me feeling this fear for the first time? Was this maybe my mother feeling this fear? And I am just reenacting that. Maybe I just practice having this fear.
And what happens if people don't get rid of their fears, or don't start eliminating them? What how does it show up in physical life?
Sickness is one way.
Sickness, okay. What else? Illness,
Self-sabotage.
self-sabotage, finances suffer,
Relationships suffer.
Yeah.
Basically, your life does not work out if you have a lot of really, really deep fears. It's really, really important to examine them, and there's like millions of different flavors of fears. So there's not one simple answer for that. Really, it's a process. Every time, right now I am doing something. I'm doing something that I haven't done before. When it comes to real estate, I've done certain things in real estate, but now I'm doing something new, and there are new fears. There are different fears, because they're not like really, really strong, but still these are fears, and I had to face them. So every time when you do something new, something that you haven't practiced, there will be a new fear, sometimes slight and sometimes very intense.
Awesome. All right, guys. So
My opinion.
our suggestion is that you like accept the fact that we all have fears. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and then make a decision that you start eliminating your fears, because with those in place, it's going to be difficult to really find good health and wealth and whatnot.
Yeah.
And once you start working on your fears, you're going to find a lot of new friends, a lot of new possibilities, a lot of new opportunities. So that's what we all wish for you. All right. Catch you guys in the next video.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.